The Galactic Archives held records of 10,247 sentient species across 2 million years. Xenobiologist Crete had studied them all. But humans? Humans made no sense. They're Category 7 Deathworlders, his colleague XinVA observed, reviewing Earth's file. Gravity 1.3 times standard. Atmospheric oxygen at toxic levels. Predator-to-prey ratio catastrophically high. Yet they claim they're peaceful. Crete pulled up human history. His eyes widened. Zimba. Look at their extinction events. 5 mass extinctions, each one wiping out 70 to 95% of all life. Asteroid impacts, supervolcano eruptions, ice ages, oxygen catastrophes. And yet, Crete whispered, life kept coming back. And every time, it came back stronger. They watched humanity's evolutionary tree. A pattern emerged that made Crete's blood run cold. Humans weren't the strongest species on their planet, or the fastest, or the most venomous. They were barely in the top 20 for any physical attribute. But they were the only species that refused to accept limits. Look at this, XinVA pointed. They nearly went extinct 70,000 years ago. Population dropped to less than 10,000 individuals. Any other species would have been finished. Instead, those 10,000 humans spread across the entire planet, into deserts where nothing should survive, onto frozen tundras where temperatures killed in minutes, across oceans on primitive rafts. They walked into environments that had killed thousands of species before them and simply adapted. They eat poison, Crete read numbly. Capsaicin causes pain in every species. Humans cultivated it, bred it stronger bodies. Humans who ran distances that should destroy their legs, then ran farther. Humans who survived in space, underwater, underground, in deserts, in Arctic waste. But it was the warfare documentation that made Crete understand. They fought a war that killed 3% of their entire species, he said slowly. Then instead of extinction, they had the fastest technological advancement in their history. Split the atom, reached space, created computers. Stress makes them innovate, XinVA realized. Every time they face extinction, they don't just survive. They evolve, not biologically, technologically, culturally. Crete pulled up the Council's first contact scenarios. Every model assumed humanity would be grateful for guidance, eager to join galactic civilization, willing to accept their place. We've made a terrible mistake, he said quietly. What do you mean? Every species in the galaxy evolved on stable worlds. Our challenges were predictable. Our evolution was steady. We reached the stars and thought we were impressive. He gestured at Earth's file. Humans evolved on a planet that spent 4 billion years trying to kill everything on it. They didn't reach the stars because their world was kind. They reached the stars because their world was hostile. Zimba understood. We've been treating them like primitives. Worse, we've been treating them like they're weak. Crete pulled up humanity's current status. 73 colonies in 50 years. Technology advancing exponentially. Cultural exchange that was rapidly transforming Council species more than the reverse. They're not adapting to us, he said. We're adapting to them. The report sat before him, ready to send to the Council. He hesitated. What do we tell them? XinVA asked. Crete thought of humanity's greeting to the galaxy. We come in peace. He thought of what they'd survived to get here. We tell them the truth, he said finally. Humans aren't just another species. They're what happens when a death world spins for a billion years trying to create the perfect survivor, and instead creates something that doesn't just survive. What do they do instead? Crete looked at Earth one more time, that beautiful blue marble of a murder planet, and felt something he'd never experienced toward another species. Respect, and just a little bit of fear. They thrive, he said, no matter what. Humans don't just survive challenges. They seek them out, master them, then ask what's next. He sent the report with a single recommendation. Do not underestimate them. Do not threaten them. And whatever you do, do not make them angry. Because a species that survived Earth doesn't fear the galaxy. The galaxy should fear what happens when humanity stops being friendly.